Aubrey and I will be in Orlando May 30th and 31st. If anyone wants to meet up with us, I'm taking Aubrey to Disney for the first time. So feel free to send us an email and let us know if you'd like to meet up. And then the whole week will be in Panama City other than those 2 days. So from May 27th through June 2nd, we'll be in Panama City other than those 2 days that will be in Orlando. So if anyone's in those areas and wants to meet up with us, send us an email and we'll hang out. Now I'm going to talk about how to prepare for Navy OCS. And this is also applicable to other OCS branches. You just need to find out how it applies to them. Like there'll be some small changes. But if you want to see that footage, skip to this time. Otherwise, enjoy the vlog. You're dressed up.
Not that much. We're going to dinner at a new restaurant with our friend Rhett because she's no longer working at Brad's company. So we gotta say goodbye to her. And we really wanted pizza, so we're gonna show you pizza and we're gonna go get special dessert at this special dessert place.
But first.
Bow chicka wow wow.
So we just finished dinner. We had polenta tots. Then we had pizza, chicken, a giant meatball, and essentially Arby's fries. And now it's time for my favorite thing in the world, dessert.
Dessert.
What you gonna do with all that dessert?
All that junk.
No.
That's what I'm doing. This is an indication of how good it was.
You ate it all.
Sprinkle cake. Yes, because you made me eat it all.
That's true.
What was your favorite?
Bread pudding.
That was good.
Yeah.
It was really
what
good.
was your favorite?
The cookies, all of them.
Yeah, all 3 of the cookies. I have a headache. Like it's major headache right now. I think it's the sugar.
Let's go.
All right.
Wow, that dessert place was awesome. We got a triple layer vanilla cake with sprinkles on it. We got a chocolate bread pudding with a caramel sauce and vanilla ice cream. They warmed up all the desserts for us that needed to be warm, like not the cake obviously, but they warmed up this brownie with an M&M cookie like mushed into it. Then there was a salted caramel chocolate brownie, and then there was a salted chocolate chip cookie. That was amazing. That was all the desserts. It really wasn't that much.
Did you talk about the brownie?
Yeah, the brownie.
Okay.
It was, yeah. And then they warmed it all up, and I got some vanilla ice cream, and I just, oh, it's so good. I love warm cookies. I think like it's God's gift to man.
Stacked donuts filled with ice cream.
No, Aubrey's team donut. I'm team cookie. Which one are you? Comment below right now. Team donut or team cookie?
Donut.
We've got a busy day today. We are gonna go do leg day, come home, shower real fast, then go to at least 3 different car dealerships, hopefully 5, but we'll see, to test drive vehicles because Aubrey has worked so hard to pay off her student loans that I told her once they were paid off, she could get a new car. And so we paid them off, and now she can get a new car.
Keyword, we paid them off. I did work hard, but Brad definitely helped substantially, so.
I'm a hard hustler. And then tomorrow, if the weather is good, we have pool time, and then I'm going to dinner with 2 former Submariners. And so maybe we can get some inside scoop on their life now and some submarine stories for you.
What's that crackling sound?
You hear that bacon popping? It's turkey bacon. We are exhausted. We went to...
It's 9:30.
Yeah, I know. We just got home. We went to Audi, Nissan, BMW, and then to a different Audi dealership. Pro tip, when you're car shopping, don't ever let them say, oh, you need to do this right here, right now, or else the deal's gonna go away. It's like, it's not gonna go away. So Aubrey got to see a different side of me today, kind of like not really putting up with the BS. I'm drive a hard bargain, and if I don't get what I want,
you were hangry.
Yeah, if I don't get what I want, I just leave. So, yeah, so you're not gonna know what we get because we don't know what we're gonna pick until probably Monday. So, leasing versus buying a car is a lot more difficult than people make it out to be. There's a lot more things to consider. After this video's up, Travis S. bought a car recently, and he's going to talk about leasing versus buying. And I've kind of talked to him a little bit, so I'm sure he's going to have some really good insights. So I'll link his channel because later he'll have a video on it. But there's a lot of things to consider. For example, when you're leasing a vehicle, you set how much that car is going to be worth 3 years from now, and you pay the depreciation over time as the lease. Well, if that car is worth less than that, you just get to turn in the keys and walk away, and it's the dealership's problem. If the car is worth more, you can actually buy it for the price that y'all agreed on already, and then you can sell the vehicle for the difference. I was reading a story online where a guy said his car was worth $3,000 more than the dealership said it was going to be worth. So he literally bought the car at the end of the lease. The next day, took it to CarMax, and they gave him $3,000 more than he paid for it, and then he walked away with extra $3,000. Depending on which dealership, some of them will just give you that equity down towards your next vehicle if you stay with them in a lease. So it's not just like you're throwing your money away like some people say. Also, there's a lot of business incentives to it too, which is what Travis, I think, is going to talk about a little bit. But I don't know if we actually showed these. I know I showed them on Insta story, but we got the firework Oreos and the waffle and syrup Oreos, which I think Aubrey's about to eat a firework one, but they essentially are Oreos with Pop Rocks inside. But the waffle and syrup are surprisingly good. It's like a maple flavor, and I love them. So they're probably one of my favorites. But now we're gonna go to the gym. Aubrey and I aren't doing our normal check-ins anymore, but I figured we'd just kind of tell you where we're at. I weighed in at 197 this morning, so I'm consistently starting to go down ever since I said I was done shredding. The extra food has really helped me in working out, but we figured we'd just show you really quick where we are. So this is my current physique. So they said abs are like the last thing to come for me, but my back's always pretty dry. And then Aubrey will show you where she's at.
That's what I do every time.
Get your hair out of the way. Good.
You can't see my legs. They are smaller, but they still have quite a bit of fat on them. But I would
Turn sideways.
My butt's kind of disappearing, but it's still sticking around. I weighed in at like 138.8, which I think is a low. So we're still getting there.
Let's go get in the pool.
Yeah.
So Joe's here now. Joe was on the Submarine before me. He got to the Submarine about a year before I did. So he got his Dolphins actually like right after I showed up. So not quite a year before I got there. But this is Joe Goldfrank, and he's gonna answer some questions that he normally gets about his Submarine life. And the first one I'm gonna ask him is, hey, how'd you fit on a Submarine since you're so tall? And how tall are you?
I'm 6'4", and if you fit.
You kind of sleep sideways?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it really isn't.
It was a big boat.
Yeah.
The most asked question people ask is, like, what was it like? And I'm like, it sucked. That's why I quit.
Yeah.
That's basically that's all. It's like yeah. Did you like it? Well, if I did, I'd still be doing it.
Yeah. My other question too that someone asked me is, well, why didn't you just go do something else in the Navy? Like what? And I was like, you can't. Once you're in submarines, you're either in submarines or you're not in the Navy.
Yeah.
So
that's all.
So there you go. From Joe Goldfrank himself, submarines sucks.
Yeah.
Was there anything good about it?
Steel Beach. But it still probably sucked. It just sounded cool at the time.
No, yeah, there were some great things about it. There were, but I can't articulate them right now. I've got 4 hours of sleep in the last 2 days.
That's like Submarines.
Yeah. And I probably wouldn't have been able to handle this had I not gotten used to functioning well on very little sleep. So it builds life skills.
Well, there you go.
Like dealing with an environment that constantly attacks your self-esteem and doesn't let you get any sleep and doesn't reward anything that you do. It's.
I mean, honestly, like that's just like the cut and dry truth of Submarines.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. But we're going to dinner, so bye. After dinner, Joe and I talked about some things to prepare for Navy OCS because he also went through OCS. And we kind of came up with a list. So I wanted to go over that list with you. It's really broken into 3 different things: fitness, education, and then like more life skills. For fitness, be able to run 5 miles at about an 8-minute mile pace. If you can do that, you'll be golden. Next is be able to do 10 to 15 minutes straight of calisthenics, jumping jacks, burpees, 8-count bodybuilders, flutter kicks, lunges, push-ups, air squats. Get 2 5-pound dumbbells and hold them out in front of you and see how long you can do that, because they love to make you hold your drill rifle out in front of you. So that's another one. Next, know the PRT standards for your age. It changes. If you're a 22-year-old going into OCS or you're a 28-year-old going into OCS, you have different standards. Know those standards and don't just go for the pass or the minimum, which is like good. Be able to do the outstanding or the excellent or whatever it is, the top ones. You really want to excel, because if you excel in physical fitness, there's leeways in other areas of OCS. Also, find good running shoes for you. Don't just like look around at brands and be like, oh, this is the best running shoe, I'm gonna get this. Go to a running store, get your arch and your running style looked at, and get good running shoes for you, and get 2 pairs. 1 pair you'll wear the entire time, the other pair you'll use for inspections. During the summer, if it's like raining a lot, they'll have you running outside through mud, and if that's your inspection pair of shoes, then it's gonna be miserable to get them clean. Next is education. So learn the code of conduct, learn the general orders of a century, learn the NATO alphabet like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, learn that, and then learn the ranks of Marines and Navy. Because your drill instructors are Marines, and because the Marines are part of the Navy, you'll be required to learn both. So, you know, an 03 in the Marines is a captain, whereas an 03 in the Navy is lieutenant. An 06 in the Navy is a captain, where 06 in the Marines is a colonel. So you need to know those things, and the enlisted rankings for them as well. But those kind of things will prepare you and take away some of the burdens while you're there, which gives you free time. And time is the most valuable thing you can have at OCS, because that most likely means you're gonna get to sleep instead of staying up to prepare for this kind of stuff. Next is more life skills. So learn how to iron. Be able to iron like a button-down collared shirt and like pristinely iron it and fold it like into a perfect little square. So if you can iron and fold well, that'll help you so much during inspections. Next, learn how to polish and shine shoes. If you're seriously going to OCS, you're gonna have to shine shoes. So watch YouTube videos, maybe find an old pair of leather shoes that you can practice polishing. It's a skill that if you get good at, like, will save you hours. Next, you can go on to just Google things to bring with you. This list changes quite a bit, and some of the items aren't technically allowed. So if they find them, they may take them away. But things like really good set of tweezers, nail polish, clear nail polish, a lighter. A lighter is like one of the most amazing things to have, because anytime you have like random stray strings, you're not supposed to have those. So you can try to clip them off, but if you burn them, they'll go all the way down, and it works perfectly. And when you cut your belt, instead of it fraying, if you burn it a little bit and put clear nail polish on it, it just makes your life a lot easier. So find those things. Next thing to pick up is like a watch with an alarm clock on there. It's good for timing yourself through your runs, just to have your time while you're running so you know what you're doing, but also having the alarm clock feature, because you can kind of beat the drill instructors to you, so you can like wake up early, try to do some crap before they come into your rooms. That's what I use mine for. But it's always nice. It doesn't have to be expensive, like $15 Timex from Walmart. That's all it needs. But really, those are the major things that we felt like would save you time and best prepare you If anyone else has experience with OCS, comment below so other people can find that experience. Maybe they'll find your tips valuable, but really the best thing you can do is physically prepare and then prepare from like the education side, like learning all that stuff ahead of time. Because if you're prepared on both those fronts, it'll give you so much more time. And like I said, time is the most valuable asset that you can have while you're at OCS.